Here at 10X Travel, we've been singing the praises of Virgin Atlantic, and in this video, you will see why. I'm going to share how to take advantage of the strengths of their loyalty program, how to use their reward seat checker, and how to search availability. We're going to go over some awesome sweet spots that are some of the very best across the entire points landscape. Let's dive in. So ever since Virgin Atlantic made a recent change to dynamic pricing, which is usually a bad thing in the points world, it might have actually enhanced the program. Dynamic pricing means the pricing is going to shift and change along with demand, and that can give you some really awesome rates and also some really bad rates as well. Let's talk about the strengths of the program. If you're looking to book for families, this program absolutely needs to be on your radar. One of the benefits is they release more Saver award seats than most airline programs, which is really great if you're booking for 3 to 6 plus people in your family. And Virgin Atlantic gets transfer bonuses regularly. Every year, you're going to see transfer bonuses between 20% all the way up to even 40%. And they have some great customer service, some of the best hold times. Their reps are extremely knowledgeable, and their policies for flight cancellations, they're also pretty good. They're just generally a very easy program to deal with, even when things are going wrong. And last, but certainly not least, pricing. That's the most important thing, right? So let's go do some searches. We're going to run over their pricing and their sweet spots. To search on Virgin Atlantic, or VS for short, you will need to log in, so make sure you create a loyalty account with them. Stay tuned for how to search more efficiently by using their reward seat checker. Now, it can be kind of hard to find their reward seat checker. It isn't something that they go out of their way for people to find. You can Google Virgin Atlantic reward seat checker and bookmark the link. And to make it easy for you, I'll also leave the link in the description also. And fair warning, the reward seat checker will not show partner flights from Delta and Air France, only Virgin Atlantic operated flights. Now that we're in the reward seat checker, let's start searching for some flights. So Virgin Atlantic has a couple different hubs in the US. Let's start a search from JFK. And this is exactly why the reward seat checker is so helpful and so powerful. We're going to be able to see at a glance where all the Saver fares are. We're going to be able to see where the best pricing is and make it a lot easier to filter out our search. Now that we found a couple different dates that we can search, let's go on over to June 2nd. We're going to search that and see what we get. So I put in the dates, JFK to London Heathrow, and voila, we have Saver fare pricing, just 6,000 Virgin Atlantic miles to fly all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. Let's quickly do another example going from LAX over to London. So here is the calendar on the reward seat checker for October 2025 for Virgin Atlantic. And we actually see some great pricing for the 20th. We have Saver fares for economy and in premium economy. And just to note that the prices on the West Coast are a little bit higher than the East Coast. And here they are. So you can see for this time frame, we have Saver fares in economy and in premium economy, and also for this time frame, also flying with Virgin Atlantic. Really not bad for an 11-hour flight in premium economy. That's some of the best pricing that you're going to find on any airline over to London. We were talking about transfer bonuses earlier, so that means with the transfer bonus, this is about how many bank points you would be looking to transfer over to book those Saver awards. And I did promise some sweet spots, and some of these that I'm about to show you are some of the best prices to these locations across all of points. Let's start with the Maldives. This is a major bucket list location, and while yes, you can ideally book Q suites to get there, if you don't want to use around 80,000 credit card points per person and you want a more economical path, then Virgin Atlantic is the program just for you. Ultimately, you can find this pricing from the US to the Maldives in economy and this pricing in premium economy. Let's go over how to find it. You're going to have to find Saver award space on both legs of the flight and then combine the two. So what we're going to do first is the exact same process that we just did to find saver fares from the US to London, and then we will then search saver fares from London to the Maldives. You're going to search the following morning from London, since Virgin flights to London are typically overnight plus the time difference. Once you have found dates where there is availability for both legs, you can then run a search from the US hub that you found over to the Maldives. One thing I have found that makes this a lot easier to do is to first find saver fare availability from London to the Maldives. Once you have locked that in, because that is a lot more rare and harder to find, you will then match that up with saver fare availability from the US to London. Because there are so many Virgin Atlantic hubs in the US, you have a lot of different options to choose from. Now, all of that sounds great in theory, but let's go over how to actually do it yourself. So here we are in the reward seat checker, and we already got it loaded up. Let's do a search. All right, so we see that toward the end of the month, from about the 22nd all the way up to the 27th, there are saver fares in economy and in premium economy. So now all that's left to do is line that up with some saver fares from the US to London, and we're going to get that great pricing that we've been talking about. All right, so we're checking in Boston, and we're going to go toward the end of the month and see if they also have saver fares. And they do. So we actually have a premium economy, some great pricing in premium economy and also in regular economy. So let's do a search from Boston to the Maldives between the 26th all the way up to the 29th. All right, and there we have it. So you can see we have from Boston all the way over to the Maldives. And yes, that's a long flight for economy, but for 13,500 miles, you literally cannot beat that. And if you wanted to fly with just a little bit more comfort, this premium economy fare is a great option also. And you will be able to find fares like these across the different US hubs. You're just going to have to book in advance, but you know, for a bucket list trip to the Maldives and for these great rates, that's just what you have to do. You can also do this for great pricing to South Africa. Cape Town is rated as one of the top destinations globally and also a great place to visit if you're looking to go on safari. You're going to use the exact same methodology that we just used for the Maldives to find great pricing to South Africa. And these are the best rates that I have seen heading to Cape Town and also to Johannesburg. Now, we just shared some tremendous value with you, and all we are asking for in return is for you to hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that other people just like you will be able to find this video, and it will also let us know to continue making content like this. And if you're not already subscribed to us, do that right now for us, and let's get on with the video. And guess what? We still have another sweet spot for Virgin Atlantic miles for you. You might have already heard about this one, but if you haven't, Virgin Atlantic is super amazing for flights to Japan. Because of their partner relationship with ANA, you can get a really great deal to Japan on ANA operated flights. This was actually how I booked my first major international flight. I booked ANA first class through Virgin Atlantic. There is a small caveat if you are looking to book your ANA operated flight through Virgin Atlantic, because if you're booking this directly through ANA, you will get access to those seats about 20 days earlier. But booking through ANA, the transfer time usually takes about 2 to 3 days, and you have to book round trip. So no matter what you do, there are going to be some trade-offs with both options. So I'm going to put on screen for you right over here the rates that you can expect to pay when booking through Virgin Atlantic. You will not find pricing this good through any other airline, so it is well worth the effort and the trade-offs. Let's walk through the process so you'll be able to do this booking yourself. So to find these flights, you're actually going to want to search the availability through United Airlines. This is because you can't search flights to Japan through Virgin Atlantic. But because United and ANA are both partners in the Star Alliance, you will be able to find the availability through United. When you get on United's website, you're going to search these nonstop routes. And for the cities that fly to both Haneda and Narita, you can use TYO to search both of those Tokyo airports. Be advised that Haneda is much closer to Tokyo city center, so that is always my preference when flying into Japan. Now let's run through a quick search. The great thing about searching on United is you can search through their calendar also, and that makes finding these seats much easier. You could also use a seat aggregator like Seats.aero or Roam.travel to make the searching a little easier as well. So let's search a route, and we want to target dates that are in green on the United's calendar for 100,000 or 110,000 miles. And don't get thrown off by this pricing. Do remember that because you're going to be using Virgin miles, it's going to be much better pricing than United for these flights. Filter by nonstop, and then we're going to be looking for those saver flights operated by All Nippon Airways or ANA. We'll know that it's saver when we see business code I. Once you have found the availability on United Airlines, you're then going to call Virgin Atlantic and ask them if they can see the award space that you found. You're going to give the rep the date and the time of the flights that you find. Virgin reps are very well trained on this, and they will help walk you through this booking. Once the Virgin Atlantic rep is able to confirm the award space that you found, you'll then transfer your bank points over to Virgin Atlantic and book the flight all while you're on the phone. What makes this even easier is transfers to Virgin Atlantic are typically instant. Don't forget that since Virgin Atlantic offers transfer bonuses so often, you can potentially get these flights for even less. All these benefits are exactly what make Virgin Atlantic such a great program to book with if you're looking for low-cost fares to Europe, South Africa, the Maldives, and Japan. There's a lot to love, but do remember when you're flexible on dates, that's going to make things even easier for you. We're going to be doing a lot more videos like this, showing how to search airline programs and highlighting their sweet spots. Comment below with other programs you'd like to see a deep dive on, and of course subscribe so you don't miss all the videos that are coming up. We'll catch you in the next video.